So you can take that trolley down.
Can I? Yeah. Thank you very much.
Please give us your attention for a few minutes while we introduce the aircraft safety features and the procedures to follow should the need arise. Thank you.
Some vegetables, like some rice.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now started our descent to London Heathrow Airport. Would you please now return to your seat area and ensure that your hand luggage is either underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead locker. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London. where the temperature is 5 degrees Celsius, that's 41 degrees Fahrenheit, and the local time is 6 minutes past 9 a.m.
are booked with other tours will be transferred to your coaches. Now, we're in the Bayswater Road at the moment, and you may have seen out the window lovely paintings. In front of you, you have the famous, well-known shopping street, Oxford Street. Oxford Street is always very busy at all times, and obviously everything is open there this afternoon because there are a lot of people wandering up and down. Now we're going down past the Royal Palace. The wall on your right encloses the gardens, Buckingham Palace, home of the Queen, and there also on your right the statue of Queen Victoria. There's no flag flying above the palace today, so obviously the Queen's taking a holiday too. Good, and he became king very shortly after they were completed, so really never lived in them.
On your left is the National Art Gallery here, holding 3,500 works of art. Founded in the early part of the last century, la Gran Galleria Nacional de Arte a la izquierda contiene 3.500 obras de arte, fundada al principio del siglo pasado. The Queen's Palace Church, St. Martin's in the Fields there, early 18th century church. La iglesia a la izquierda, San Martín en los Campos, es del principio del siglo XVIII, es la iglesia parroquial de la Reina. Pues el Palacio de Buckingham se encuentra dentro de la parroquia de esa iglesia. We call it the Queen's Parish Church because the Buckingham Palace, where the Queen resides, lies within its palace. This is Northumberland Avenue here. Did you see the apparitions? ¿Vieron esas apariciones? The punks there on the left behind you. Those punks. This is Northumberland Avenue, Avenue Street, and that's where Charles Dickens worked in the little factory down there in the last century when he was a young boy.
To make your trip a little more interesting, perhaps enjoyable, I'm pointing some of these places out to you. First place of interest is the fully licensed bar, which is now open and is situated in the lower saloon, where it can also obtain to this country by the Egyptian government as a token of gratitude following the defeat of Napoleon by Nelson at the Battle of the Nile. Behind it, the white square building with the clock face, Showmake's house, headquarters of the Showmake's Oil Company of Great Britain. And next to it, the smaller building with a single flagstaff on the roof, the world-famous Savoy Hotel. Deaths and marriages of this country and Wales. Adjoining Somerset House is the King's College of London University. More alongside the embankment wall to our left, you'll see one of the old Thames sailing barges. This type of craft that used to carry cargo up and down the river. The railway bridge, opened in 1864 for the London, Chatham and Dover Railway Company. It took 35 years to build and was completed in 1710. From the grounds to the top of the Golden Cross. right-hand corner of the bridge ahead of us, you'll see the monument designed by them to commemorate the Great Fire of London in 1666. Looking ahead of us to our right, the large grey vessel moored to the white anchor chains, HMS Belfast. She was the largest cruiser of the day. She took part in the second. She's here on a short courtesy visit to the city, and as you can see, for the weekend bank holiday, she's also open to the public. On our left beyond the trees, the Tower of London. The centre building where you see the flagstaff, that's the Norman. The tower's been used as a palace, fortress, prison, even a menagerie and a royal mint. It now houses the crown jewels. Along the river wall you'll see entry to Traitor's Gate. Traitors to the crown were taken through the once open entrance, but they were beheaded on Tower Hill or imprisoned for life in the tower itself. Traitor's Gate now bricked up to stop the Thames from flooding the moat. That's the Traitor's Gate and Tower of London on our left-hand side. The centre parts, the bascules, will shortly be going beneath, weigh 1,100 tonnes each, but can be raised in 3 minutes to allow large vessels in and out of the upper pool. Now above the bascules you'll see the two catwalks, made safe and once again open to the public. Systems on the river. St Catherine's Dock, no longer used by commercial shipping, has been converted into a yacht haven. In the dock are many historical vessels. There's an old lightship, a steam tug, and several of the old Thames sailing barges. St Catherine's Dock on our left. Well, at this point we'll be turning the boat round to make our way alongside Tower Pier for the benefit of passengers with tower tickets, single or return. These commentaries are given entirely voluntary on behalf of us, the crew. We're not official guides. So if I have made your trip a little more interesting, and any of you would like to show your appreciation for my efforts as a guide, you may do so as I pass round amongst you in the traditional manner with the captain's hat. We'll be proceeding down to Greenwich within a few minutes. I'll be continuing the commentary down to about London Dock. And Greenwich passengers, I do only come round with the app once.
London Bridge right here. Now I hope it takes. And I have 24 exposures.
Y esta es la City donde estamos, es apenas un kilómetro y medio cuadrado, solamente viven 6.000 personas en esta zona, pero más de medio millón de personas concurren a sus trabajos cotidianos. Es el centro aquí, esta parte de Londres, de la banca y Wives, Anne Boleyn, Catherine Hart. Decapitó a Enrique VIII, dos de sus mujeres ahí, Ana Bolena y Catherine Hart. Do you see that wall over there on the right? Ve a la derecha de la plaza ese muro. It's a fragment of the old Roman wall built between the 2nd and 3rd century. Es un fragmento de la vieja muralla romana que rodeaba Londres entre more than 150. Esto es el último trabajo de Christopher. Straight ahead on the right hand side of the road there. pasando donde dice Bank Station, que es la boca. Now here is Mansion House on your left. La Mansion House a la izquierda. Por los romanos alrededor del año 200 después de Cristo. It was a temple dedicated to Mithras, a Persian god much venerated by the Romans. Fue dedicado este templo romano al dios persico Mithras, muy bello. Adelante, there on the right. Ahí pues la calle is 65 feet high, 115 meters. Its dome is second only in size to St. Peter's in Rome. So this is the very fine St. Paul's Cathedral. Aquí a la derecha tenemos la Catedral de San Pablo, la obra maestra de Christopher Wren, Roma, y la cruz tiene 115 metros de altura sobre el nivel de la calle. In the crypt of this great cathedral, famous people, including the Duke of Wellington, the victor of the Battle of Trafalgar, Nelson, héroe de Trafalgar, y mucha otra gente también. So there's the entrance to the cathedral on the right, and la entrada a la derecha. There's Queen Anne, the statue. She was queen when it was completed in 1710. La Reina Ana, la estatua de la Reina Ana, pues ella al país con muchos herederos, pero desgraciadamente ningún hijo le sobrevivió. Ella falleció, no tuvo ningún heredero. Now here we come down Ludgate Hill, vamos bajando siglo XVIII. Most newspapers in our country have offices just on Royal Courts of Justice. Las Cortes Civiles de Londres, o sea, los Tribunales Civiles de Londres a la derecha, los Cortes Reales de Justicia. Allá a la izquierda se ve la sala de té más pequeña de Londres. The tea room at the back is barely the width of its front door. La sala de té tiene apenas el mismo ancho que la puerta de su entrada. And this is the Royal Air Force Church, another church built by Christopher Wren, badly damaged in World War II and rebuilt afterwards. Reconstruida. Now we're in the West. Now King's College on our left here, and where the scatter la sede della direzione positiva. It is the 18th century palace of the Dukes of Somerset. Es el palacio del siglo XVIII de los duques de Somerset. The dome of St. Paul's Cathedral en la city of London. Ahí se ve la cúpula de la Catedral de San Pablo a la izquierda y también la parte superior de la iglesia que we have here, Waterloo Station, which is a large terminus serving part of the southern regions of British Rail. La estación de Waterloo que atiende parte de los servicios del ferrocarril al sur. And then, as we come along here, we have, in a moment, don't bother taking any photographs for the time being because we're going to let you off in a moment. And you can take some photographs outside the coach on the bridge. This is the Westminster Bridge here. It is a documents. And so, from the clock Big Ben to the middle spire, this is St. Stephen's Tower, that corresponds to the Legislative House, the House of Commons. This is old part coming up on the left. Es esta vieja parte antigua que se está por asomarse a la izquierda. The actual House of Commons is on your left side. La actual Cámara de los Comunes es a la izquierda. And so there you have the Houses of Parliament over that, and the Churchill married Clementine Hillsdale. En esta iglesia Santa Margarita a la izquierda se casó Winston Churchill con Clementina, dates from the 13th century. La abadía original de la abadía de Westminster fue consagrada de 1300. Kings and queens are crowned there. The first man to be crowned there was William the Conqueror, who invaded our country in 1066 from France. Es ahí donde se hacen las coronaciones de los reyes y es el primer rey coronado ahí fue Guillermo el Conquistador, que nos invadió desde Francia en 1066. several kings are buried there as well, y varios reyes están enterrados. And famous people. Y el Ministerio de Relaciones Exteriores a la izquierda. First street to the left now is Downing Street. Primera calle a la izquierda es Downing Street. Number 10, which is further down the street on the right-hand side, is where the Prime Minister lives. El número 10 de Downing Street es al fondo sobre la derecha, donde vive el primer... La luna que salió recién, donde está el policía al fondo ahí, ese es el número 10. Ahí vive Maggie. You see what culture is. A few years ago, you could walk quite happily down there and take a photograph of yourself standing on the doorstep. Not now. Ahora no se puede pasar por ahí, pero hace 5 o 6 años sí. There's montadas de la reina. These are the blues and royals. Estos son los azules y reales. Regiments of the late 17th century. El regimiento del siglo XVII. So they are the Queen's personal mounted bodyguard. Son las guardias montadas de la reina. And you see, this is nothing but government offices here. This is Parliament Street, Whitehall. It's just Parliament Street, Whitehall, de esta plaza, y así tiene el trabajo en Londres. Now that's multi-arch. Buckingham Palace is right at the very end there. El Palacio de Buckingham se puso en la guerra de la Crimea, y al volver a Londres, después de esa guerra, and that's on the right. That's the little statue by Gilbert that decorates so many postcards. Ahí a la de una copa de fútbol o de rugby ponen esa mampara de madera alrededor del monumento ese para impedir que los fanáticos le hagan daño. So, ahí tiene Shaftesbury Avenue, it's got several theatres, ahí tiene Shaftesbury Avenue con varios teatros, y todo ese barrio a la izquierda de la avenida es Soho, que cuenta con muchísimos restaurantes extranjeros de todos los precios, centro de la vida nocturna, pues hay cabarets, clubes nocturnos, casas de juego, etc. The sentry is wearing a bearskin on his head, lleva un gorro de piel de oso el centinela. And he's a Scots guard on duty, es un guardia escocés. Our court is still known as the Court of St. James. The Queen receives ambassadors at this palace here when they come to present the credentials. Recibe las cartas credenciales la reina en este Palacio de St. James a los nuevos diplomáticos plenipotenciarios. Now this is St. James, historia a la derecha, que es del principio del siglo XVIII, auténtico. Este es Lock and Company's Lock. Derrotó a Napoleón en la famosa batalla de Waterloo en 1815. Café Disco Hard Rock. Good luck to them. Es la comisaría de policía más pequeña de Londres. Hay una dotación de 10 vigilantes adentro. Here on the left-hand side is the wall surrounding the gardens of Buckingham Palace, where the Queen offers 5 garden parties each year. El muro rodea los jardines del Palacio de Buckingham, donde la reina ofrece right-hand side, where the Duke of Wellington lived. Ese palacio, así con el andamiaje ahí, es...
a piece deeper. The idea of depth. It's a pit that you see over by our small ecology park. What happened? Why did the film boat in? Bang.
Stretched and broken from the poor end of the park. All that's now finished.
Yeah. Yeah,
line services and also to the inner and outer rail circle line services. Because of this, you may notice longer than usual intervals occurring at times.
Finally, fresh could be added. What about the floor? In mine, it had a horny cover, like a...
aft to make a safe landing. As it has no engines, it must make a perfect landing, first time.
Good, Russell.